Greetings, YouTube. The Doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons & Dragons. And today on the Doctor Spell Prognosis, we are going to be talking about the spell Revivify. I am giving this spell an A-. I'm giving it a spell A- because we're comparing it to some of the other resurrection-type spells. And this one is the first one that we get. The other ones do a little bit more than this one, although they are a bit more expensive. So this is an expensive spell. So this is a third level spell, and it is castable by, if that is a word, it can be cast by clerics, paladins, artificers, life domain clerics, grave domain clerics, which means they get it on their spell list without having to prepare it ahead of time. Circle of Wildfire Druids, and the Celestial Warlocks. So it's a third level spell. It takes one action. Its touch has a verbal, somatic, and material component, which is diamonds worth 300 gold pieces. It could be diamond dust, because diamond dust technically are still diamonds, worth 300 gold pieces, which are consumed by the spell. So there is that. In addition, it's instantaneous, it's necromancy, and so you touch a creature that has died within the last minute. So you got 10 rounds. So whenever a creature dies, that is when they have failed 3 saving throws. And there's a lot of easy ways. At some point I'm going to make a video for DMs on I hate to say this, how to kill characters or when characters die. But when they fail 3 saving throws, they are dead. And all the players at that point should be doing a time count, a ticker for 10 rounds, particularly if you're in the middle of combat. So it's a range of touch, verbal, somatic. You touch the creature that's died within the last minute. It returns to life with 1 hit point. The spell cannot return a creature to life that has died from old age, nor can it restore any missing body part. So if you had your leg chopped off, too bad, so sad, you're coming back to life with 1 hit point. And you are going to be still missing that leg. So one thing I do want to talk about with this spell, and this is kind of a cheap thing that DMs can do, but I am going to point it out. There is Counterspell. If you have an enemy that has Counterspell, if I were playing a bad guy and I saw that one of the players is casting a Revivify spell and is going to bring somebody back that is potentially going to kill me and threaten me, I'm going to stop that from happening. Because all it costs me is a reaction. And that reaction on this case is a Counterspell, which automatically makes Revivify fail. And so the caster of this spell loses the spell, and they lose the diamonds that they had, and they may not have any more diamonds. And the diamonds, for those players out there, I want you to remember, these diamonds are the rate-limiting reagent for this spell. That's it. It's not the number of third-level spells you have, it's the rate-limiting reagent. And there are a lot of classes that can cast this. So everybody should be trying to get diamonds as soon as all of these classes here should, one, prepare the spell, and 2, should be trying to get diamonds as soon as they possibly can, so that they can cast a spell in case somebody does die. Because dying in 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons is still pretty rare. It is not something that happens often. But, you know, if you go down, you're dying. If you get hit while you're dying by just about by an attack roll, it's a crit, and you fail 2 saving throws, which means you're 1 round away. And I've seen this happen. There's a good episode of Critical Role for this last campaign where they had to make use of the Revivify spell, and they didn't have enough diamonds, and they didn't have enough spells, and people actually permanently died to the point where they had to use a Raise Dead. I like the way that Matt Mercer does do Revivifies and Raise Deads and Resurrects, because he has like a whole ritual and he makes a whole role-playing thing out of it. There is that for flavor that you can do too. But Just keep in mind the limitations of this spell. You have to do it within a minute. It's 300 gold pieces. It is a 3rd level spell, so a lot of classes can get it, but because it is a 3rd level spell, it can be counterspelled. All right, that's what I got for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.